What happens when raw American muscle collides with full-size SUV practicality? You get the 2026 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat in diamond black, a supercharged three-row monster that refuses to be ordinary. Built by Dodge, this isn't just another family SUV. This is a 700-plus horsepower statement on wheels. Today, we're taking a deep dive into its sound, its exterior presence in diamond black, and the interior that blends performance with surprising comfort. Let's start with the moment that defines this SUV, the sound. Picture this. You walk up to the Durango SRT Hellcat. The diamond black paint reflects the light subtly, giving off a sinister glow. You step inside, press the brake, and push the start button. For a split second, there's silence. Then the 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 erupts to life. The cold start isn't polite, it's explosive. The exhaust roars with a deep, thunderous growl, while the supercharger whines sharply in the background. It doesn't just start the engine, it announces dominance. That supercharger whine is one of the most addictive sounds in modern performance vehicles. As you gently tap the throttle, you hear the mechanical spool building pressure. Press it harder, and the sound transforms into a high-pitched scream layered over the rumbling V8 exhaust. It feels alive, it feels mechanical, it feels powerful. When you accelerate aggressively, the Durango lunges forward with shocking speed for a three-row SUV. The exhaust valves open wider, the supercharger screams louder, and the entire vehicle surges with authority. It's capable of going from 0 to 60 mph in roughly 3.5 seconds, a number that would embarrass many sports cars. But what makes it unforgettable isn't just the speed, it's the emotion. You feel the vibrations through the steering wheel, through the seat, through your chest. It's a sensory experience. Different drive modes change the personality of the sound. In auto mode, it's controlled but still bold. In sport mode, the exhaust becomes more aggressive. Switch into track mode and the Durango transforms. The exhaust cracks and pops on deceleration. The throttle becomes sharper. The sound becomes almost violent in the best possible way. It's a reminder that under the practical SUV body lies pure muscle car DNA. Now let's step outside and look at it in diamond black. This color changes everything. Diamond black isn't a flat, boring black. Under sunlight, metallic flakes shimmer subtly across the surface. At night, it becomes stealthy and intimidating, almost like a shadow moving through the streets. It enhances the Durango's aggressive body lines and gives it a menacing presence. The front fascia is bold and muscular. A wide grille dominates the face, feeding air into the supercharged engine. Massive air intakes and a functional hood scoop add to the performance-focused design. The hood scoop isn't just there for show, it channels air directly into that hungry V8. The LED headlights cut sharply through the dark, giving the SUV an intense stare that looks almost angry. Move to the side, and you'll notice the Hellcat badge, the iconic snarling cat emblem. It's subtle but meaningful. To enthusiasts, that badge represents serious performance. It represents supercharged power and uncompromised speed. The Durango sits wide and planted, with a stance that feels athletic rather than bulky. Large performance wheels fill the arches, and behind them sit massive Brembo brakes with red calipers peeking through. The contrast between the red calipers and diamond black paint is stunning. From the rear, the Durango continues its aggressive theme. A full-width LED taillight strip stretches across the back, giving it a modern, high-tech look. Dual exhaust outlets sit prominently below, ready to unleash that thunderous, a soundtrack at any moment. When it idles, you can hear the deep rumble echoing behind it. When it accelerates away, the sound lingers in the air. On the road, the presence of this SUV is undeniable. It commands attention. Other drivers notice it immediately. It doesn't blend in. It stands out, especially in diamond black. It looks like something that belongs on a racetrack, but happens to have room for your entire family. Now let's talk about the interior, because this is where things get interesting. You might expect the cabin to be stripped down and harsh, like a race car, But instead, the Durango SRT Hellcat delivers a surprising level of refinement. Open the door and you're greeted with performance-inspired seats that are both supportive and comfortable. They're heavily bolstered to hold you in place during hard acceleration and sharp cornering. Depending on the configuration, you get premium leather, suede inserts, SRT embroidery, and contrast stitching. Heated and ventilated options add everyday usability. It's a perfect blend of aggression and comfort. The dashboard layout is driver-focused. The digital instrument cluster displays performance data including boost pressure, G-force readings, lap timers, and more. You're constantly reminded that you're driving something special. The steering wheel feels thick and purposeful in your hands, with paddle shifters ready for manual gear changes. The materials throughout the cabin feel solid and premium, elevating the experience beyond just raw power. At the center sits a large infotainment touchscreen that supports Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, navigation, and performance pages. The system is responsive and intuitive. You can adjust drive modes, suspension settings, and steering feel directly from the screen. It gives you full control over how the Durango behaves. Despite all this performance focus, the practicality remains intact. This is still a 3-row SUV. There's space for passengers in the second and third rows. There's cargo space in the back. You can take your family on a road trip in comfort, and then surprise everyone by launching from a stoplight like a supercar. That dual personality is what makes the Durango SRT Hellcat so fascinating. If you're someone who believes an SUV should be more than just practical, if you believe performance should stir emotion, if you want something that makes every drive exciting, the 2026 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat might just be your dream machine. Let me know in the comments, would you daily drive this supercharged beast in diamond black? And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more detailed automotive reviews.